believe you wouldn't want to go on there, but that's what I said.
Boom, we're live. We are watching the national championship in college hockey right now. Puck just dropped, and Minnesota is already on the power play. So it's the Minnesota Golden Gophers versus Quinnipiac for the national title game tonight. Minnesota is the number one seed in the tournament. Quinnipiac is the second seed in the tournament. Holy cow. So yeah, right now it's 5-on-4. Like I said, the Gophers are on the power play. This is going to be a hockey live show, so if you don't like hockey, might not want to be in here. Trucking with MC, what up? WCF Invader, what's going on, man? Edward, what up? Yeah, like I said, the Gophers are on the power play. The Gophers haven't won a national championship in 20 years. Quinnipiac has never won. So as much as, I'm a huge Gophers fan. Gophers need to dominate this game. They are by far the best team in the country. Here in the Northland, we treat hockey very similar to like how if you're from Georgia or a Alabama, like this is our sport. We are diehard hockey fans. This tournament is being played in Tampa Bay, Florida, though, which is kind of weird. So pride on the ice is what we talk about right now. It's hashtag pride on ice for the Gophers right now. Come on. 20 seconds left in the power play here. Quinnipiac's killed off like 23 straight penalties in this tournament. But Minnesota, the Gophers have the fastest offense in the country. They score almost at will. To get here, they beat Boston University 6-2. They hit multiple pipes in the opening 10 minutes of that game, and still scored 6 goals. Quinnipiac, however, beat Michigan, who beat the Gophers a couple of weeks ago in the Big Ten championship. The Gophers did lose to Michigan. Icing. I was actually hoping Michigan would have beat Quinnipiac the other night because I wanted to see Minnesota versus Michigan. Fighting Sue's in the house. Fighting Sue has arrived. Probably, so if you know anything about college hockey, the Gophers did go to the Big Ten and left the WCHA. But like when I was growing up, the WCHA was arguably like the best conference in college hockey. You had teams like the Gophers, Wisconsin, North Dakota Fighting Sioux, which I believe now they're called the Fighting Hawks, if I remember right. Ralph Engelstad Arena, they had to change everything. Come on. Quinnipiac's come out pretty strong this first period. I didn't think their defense. I didn't think they're going to be able to control the neutral zone the way they are right now. We're only a couple minutes into the game, but about 3.5 minutes into the game, and I'm surprised the rush is always being stopped by Quinnipiac right as they get into the neutral zone. Come on, guys. But obviously, I want the Gophers to win tonight. Hopefully I can watch the whole game. I might have some family stuff I have to do, which is fine, but this is a big deal, man. The Gophers, so little backstory. Not that anybody really cares. Hockey is the new ice fishing. I like that, my best friend. That's hilarious. That's hilarious. Yeah, I'm a huge hockey fan. They just showed some stat that I wanted to see. But anyways, zing, okay. Must be invisible. I must be invisible. Why? What'd you say plays on the freeway? I'm not reading a bunch of comments right now. I'm kind of watching. Hey, what's up? Plays on the freeway. You're not invisible. Like I said, this is going to be a hockey live show. Says the guy from Minnesota to the guy from Canada. Hey, man, I would argue nationally. Oh, at least in my region, hockey dominates this area. Baseball's really a big thing out over here too. I guess you could say soccer is. Soccer's the fastest growing sport in the entire country. But I've talked about that wheel burner. I've been fortunate enough to play a bunch of Canadian teams. I played Canadian teams that shot from the top of the hash was, come on. No high stick. Okay, good. Right now, the Gophers are putting on a lot of pressure, not allowing Quinnipiac to change, which is huge. If you get a shift that runs a minute and a half in hockey, that's a very long shift. Back when I played, picked it off. Yes! Oh no. Gophers just scored. It's 1-0 Gophers. Yes. Oh, I wish I could turn the TV up. We need a horn.
You can go downstairs and turn it up.
No, I can't have it play. Oh, wait a minute. It's offsides.
Oh, the noise.
Oh no. Hold on. This goal might be called back. Nope, he was onside. Good. No, I can't have the broadcast play over the internet, I think.
I hear you. You're such a silly.
Yeah, so fans still show up, Fighting Sioux. My wife and I went. It's just different. You know, your comment here is, why don't fans show up at the Gophers game? Seriously, is it since they went to the Big Ten? So I don't know the last time you were at Mariucci, but we still sell it out. It's not as, here we go again. Oh, it's not as, it used to be the hardest ticket in the cities to get, next to like the Vikings, believe it or not. Tickets to go to the Gophers was very hard to get. And if you got like from a scalper, they were very expensive. Then they switched to the Big Ten, and what happened was it just got diluted. Like we were playing teams that, you know, I don't mean to sound like a hockey snob, but do you really want to play Arizona State? Like, come on. We were used to the WCHA seeing North Dakota, Wisconsin, UMD, Colorado, Denver University. We were used to seeing top caliber teams that every year during the NCAA tournament for hockey, like 4 or 5 teams from the WCHA would be invited to the tournament. It was a dominating conference. And then we got out of it for money along with other schools and went to the Big Ten. And it's not the same vibe. However, the last couple of years, what also happened was the Gophers kind of became like, if you played junior hockey and then went to the U, you only stayed at the U for like a year and then went to the NHL. We were definitely a feeder school for the NHL, along with like North Dakota. Some players went from Wisconsin, but here we go, breakaway. No. Majority of the players were only sticking around for a year. Well, then we got rid of our old coach, Don Lucia, and got Bob, what's his last name? Gophers coach. Bob, oh, I should know this. I can't remember his name. But players have started staying longer, so the product's gotten better on the ice. They're staying 3 years. There's some are staying 4 years. And the product's gotten a lot better. We used to get all the top recruits and they would stay for 1 year and then leave. And we still get some of the best players in the country to come to the U. They're just staying longer, which I'm sure anybody from the South experiences the same deal in football. They're there for a year or two and then they leave. Man, I think there's only been like 3 or 4 whistles this whole period. We're 9.5 minutes in. Quinnipiac's a lot faster of a team than I thought they were. And I watched that game against Michigan the other night. But they're from Connecticut. I'm definitely not an amateur announcer. I suck at announcing, obviously, as you can tell. I just wanted to go live and cheer my Gophers on. There we go. Hashtag Pride on Ice. So the Gophers back in 2013 and 2014 won the national championship. I can't believe it's been that long. Or not 14, 04, right? Yeah. When was their last national championship? It was 04. It wasn't 14. It was 04. 03 and 04. Gophers hockey championships. Wikipedia. Yeah, 2003, 2004. Or 2002 and 2003. They won back-to-back years. And then we switched and got out of the WCHA and went to the Big Ten. And like I said, the product just wasn't the same. You are a diehard hockey fan, says the guy from Minnesota to the guy from Canada. Yeah, I am, brother. I am. Say hi to everybody. DIY Semi, stop by. Vic Med, what are we talking? We're talking hockey, Vic. You're probably not going to like this live show. That's understandable. What else is going on? What's everybody doing? We got a quick commercial break here. That looks like there's 7, 8 people in here. Can ask questions during breaks. I got nothing going on right now except hockey. Actually, do you want help? Hun?
What?
Do you want help?
No.
I don't have to be doing this.
No.
Okay. Yeah, like I said, it looks like there's a couple of people in here, 2 or 3. If anybody's got a question, I might be able to answer it. 1.99 goals against, a save percentage of 92%.
Butter.
That is crazy. Almost 93. 0.928. That's almost 93%. My goodness. I wonder what that ranks in the country. That's gotta be one of the best goals against average of 199 and a save percentage of almost 93%. That's gotta be some of the best in the country, without a doubt. And Quinnipiac comes from the what is it? ECEA? Is that right? But they come from, their conference is full of like Harvard, Yale, Dartmouth. Who else plays in that conference? So you have Dartmouth, Harvard, Yale. I don't think Princeton doesn't play in that. A bunch of New York schools play in it. I know that. Come on. We need another goal. Favorite hockey player of all time. My favorite hockey player of all time is Brett Hall. He actually played at the University of Minnesota Duluth collegiately. He actually is a Canadian-born citizen who realized how powerful the United States is and became a U.S. citizen. and played on the Olympic team. And he's up there in goals. I think he has like 710, 720 goals. The reason Brett Hall is probably my favorite player is one of my dad's favorite players was Bobby Hall. My dad liked watching Bobby Hall and Bobby Orr. Come on, keep that in the zone. But I would say Brett Hall is my favorite hockey player of all time. Second would be Alexander Ovechkin. I think Alexander Ovechkin is an absolute beast. He's not afraid to fight. He wasn't afraid to throw his body around when he was younger. I think he is one of the most pure goal scorers the NHL has ever seen. People can argue Wayne Gretzky, which I can't argue. Wayne Gretzky was a phenomenal hockey player. I just think the game's so much different this era than it was when Wayne Gretzky played. And like Brett Hall. But I think part of the reason why Brett Hall is my favorite hockey player was he was always kind of an underdog. To his own demise, he was kind of lazy when he was younger and stuff like that. And people didn't think he was going to be as good as he was. And he was so good. He was dominant. He just didn't play on a good team. He played for the St. Louis Blues, won Stanley Cup with the Dallas Stars, and then I believe finished his career with the Detroit Red Wings. Matter of fact, I know it was. I went to one of his last hockey games. Detroit came to Minnesota, and I bought tickets early in the morning and went to the hockey game. Come on, guys. Thoughts on Patrick Kane? Patrick Kane is a great player too. It's kind of I'm interested to see how he does in New York. Didn't he get traded to New York? Patrick Kane was a great player. Is a great player. I saw him a lot when I used to go to a lot of Wild games because Chicago and the Wild are in the same division, same conference. Patrick Kane is scary as hell when he's on a breakaway. I mean, absolutely, he is a sniper. But he's one of these players that, right now, look at Connor McDavid. That guy is very skilled, very fast, has great hands, can shoot the puck, but he's not afraid to get in the dirty corner. I think players that are willing to do that actually elevate themselves over somebody like Sidney Crosby, who I think is a great player too. But that's why, if I was to build a team and had a choice between Sidney Crosby and Alexander Ovechkin, I would take Alexander Ovechkin because he's not afraid to get in the corner. He's not afraid to get hit, which getting hit, freaking, it hurts. I was one of those guys. I happened to be kind of quick. I was good with my hands, but I didn't like getting into the corners because I'm not a big guy. I'm 5'10". Back then I was 175 pounds. Defensemen were a lot bigger than me. And it hurt when I would get into the corner, get slashed and all kinds of crap. Come on, drop the puck. Yes, he is a good sniper, man. He can pick the corners with the best of them. That's Patrick Kane we're talking about. Cents per mile's in the house. Hope you're enjoying. I am Cents per mile. I'm watching the best game in the world right now, college hockey. Come on. We need another goal. If we can get up 2 or 3 goals on this team, I don't think they're going to be able to skate with us. Minnesota is very, very fast. Our top 2 lines are so skilled. Yeah, the Middlestead brothers, man. All 3 of them have played for the Gophers. I believe they were from Lakeville North. I remember going to a couple of state high school hockey tournaments when they all played together. Oh, get it out. We got 8 minutes left in the first period. Gophers are up 1-0. I bet it's although Quinnipiac is putting on a lot of pressure right now in the offensive zone. If the Gophers don't clear the puck and get a change right now, Quinnipiac probably can score. Because now we're just trying to dump the puck, and that doesn't work. Save it. Nice. Get it out. Get it out. Get it. Get it out. Oh, we survived that. Thank goodness. That was a huge rush by Quinnipiac. Right now, shots on goal are 5-2. Man, that's crazy. It's crazy. Anyways, like I said, this is going to be a hockey kind of live show for a while until my wife gets pissed off at hearing me talk to myself. How long do you think I have, hon? All night? Wow. Wow. Yeah. My wife said I have all night. She'll just crack the wine open. She's actually prepping for tomorrow. Cooking, like getting stuff ready for Easter dinner. You sure you don't want my, like, I'm being serious. I can stop this. Do you want my help? Okay. Thank you.
Make yourself look like you want to.
What my wife just said is I'm going to make myself look like I'm helping her. Come on. Come on. Somebody get out front. Right now, the Gophers are just putting on all kinds of pressure. We're down to the final 7 minutes of the first period. Like I said, I would like to see the Gophers get out to like a 2 or 3-0 lead right now, because what I've seen in the short couple of minutes, or half of the first period, a little bit, actually 3/4 of the first period, is Quinnipiac's a lot faster than I thought they were. They get out of the defensive zone pretty fast. That should have been a whistle. Okay, it was. It is, man. Sounds like you'll be alone if she's. Oh, sorry. Sounds like you'll be alone if she says all night. Well, what do you think about that one, hon?
You probably would say, well, I've got hockey.
Yes, I do have hockey. You are right. Yeah, 7 Seas Transport. I do think hockey, but that's like regional because of where I am. Like I said, you go down south, football dominates. I've talked to, we all know Killian's Trucking. I've talked to him before, and he's from Georgia. So what are they? The Bulldogs are playing, and he's just going crazy. I'm the same way with hockey, and especially so being from where I'm from, the Gophers, like when I was a little kid playing hockey, all I envisioned was myself playing. That should be a tripping. Shoot. Oh, no, they didn't call it. I always thought, hey, I want to play for the Gophers. Like, that was a dream of mine. And then I remember, I never played for them, but I do remember playing at Mariucci and walking out on that ice. And the Gophers are one of the few college teams that have an Olympic sheet of ice, thanks to Herb Brooks, bringing that to to the States, North America, really. What?
I'm just laughing.
Laughing at my commentary?
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah. Well, it's true. Herb Brooks brought Olympic sheets of ice to hockey for the times that he played over in Europe. The game in Europe is so different than it is here in North America. It's all about cycling the puck. It's about creating space because you have a bigger sheet of ice to move around on. And Mariucci is an Olympic sheet of ice. And I remember the first time playing on that sheet of ice, and I thought, like, I thought I was living my dream, like, for real. It was such a cool experience. Yeah, see, Quinnipiac's good.
Such a weird name.
Quinnipiac? They're from Connecticut. They're Ivy League. I forget how many teams are in that. It's like the ECEA or something. Eastern Collegiate. ECAC. I said it wrong. Standings. So yeah, you have Quinnipiac, you have Harvard, Cornell, St. Lawrence, Clarkson, Union, Princeton. Yeah, it's all the Ivy League schools. Colgate. I don't even know this school. Who is this? How the hell do you say this word, hun? Can you look at this for me? Rensselaer. Rensselaer. Paula. Polytechnic. Nick. Polinic, whatever. Some freaking institute. Where are they from? They're from Troy, New York. Never even heard of them. Are they good? No, they're not very well. Their overall record for this year was 14-20. Quinnipiac only lost 2 divisional games. They are 20-2 overall, 33-4-3. Holy crap. Did they play anybody? I want to see the scores. That's actually that's an amazing record. 33-4-3. That's crazy. What were the Gophers this year? And hockey, Big Ten. Hockey Big Ten. We want to see standings. Standings. There we go. There we go. Overall record. Doesn't have their overall record. In conference play, they were 19-4. Closest team to them was Michigan. So the Big Ten consists of Minnesota, Michigan, Ohio State, Notre Dame, Michigan State, Penn State, and Wisconsin. Same as in football. Well, Notre Dame isn't. Notre Dame's a pretty good team. I remember we played them a couple of times, and well, we've played them in the NCAA tournament. And actually, Don Lucia, his son who played for Wayzata, actually went to Notre Dame and scored a goal against the Gophers in the NCAA tournament. Quinnipiac's got cool jerseys. I wonder, are they like the Bobcats or something? I like that jersey. Villanova? No, Villanova is not in the Big Ten. Only hockey around here is the Hurricanes. Yeah, you know, but you've won Stanley Cups. The Hurricanes have won Stanley Cups. How many? Like 2, I think. We still have never had a Stanley Cup in Minnesota. We got close a couple of times, back-to-back years, with the Minnesota North Stars. When I was a kid, they played Pittsburgh and lost twice. And then the Wild got to the conference championship and lost to, who was it? Anaheim, I believe. I think they lost to the Ducks. Hold on one second. Okay. Oh, that was a big rush by Quinnipiac. Got to plug my phone in. So my mom and dad were supposed to be here today. I was looking forward to watching this game with my dad, but they're not going to be here until tomorrow now. My dad and I used to go to college hockey games all the time. I grew up like north of the Twin Cities, and then my parents moved back up to northern Minnesota where I was from, years ago. I mean, they moved up there years ago. But before they moved, my dad and I used to go to college hockey games all the time, like Friday nights. We worked for the same company, and I would get done with work and go into his office and buy tickets and say, "Tell Mom you're going to a hockey game with me." Can you be quiet in there?
You're lucky I didn't chop the onions like I wanted to. Chop.
I don't have to do this. I'm doing it because I have nothing else to do. And it's fun. It's fun. These people like hockey. No, they don't. Oh! That could have been a goal. So we got 2 minutes left in the first period. The game has been...
You're good.
Yeah, I set that up there.
Yeah, no.
Better than sitting on the table. Been a very good first period, fast. I am surprised that Quinnipiac is able to keep up with the Gophers, to be honest. I did not think this game was going to be as fast as it was, meaning when we get into the offensive zone, we're only getting 1 or 2 shots, and then they're getting the puck out of the zone into the neutral zone very quick. They've broken up a lot of plays right in the neutral zone. All right, there we go. First period's almost over. Then we can. Is that how you say that? Polytechnic? Did I say that right? Potato. What about Notre Dame? I already talked about that. It's funny. She's right. Let the party begin. What's better? Okay, here we go. Here's a good question. Guy's probably not in here anymore. What's better, ice fishing or hockey? Ooh. Hockey. For what I do, though, ice fishing, because I don't play hockey anymore. I'm too old. I wouldn't do very well anymore. Oh, come on, Gophers. Get it out of the zone. See, this is what's scary right now. They're going to score. Get it out. Get it out. Oh, my goodness. I hope you guys should turn this on. I am so surprised Quinnipiac just didn't tie the game up. See, Quinnipiac's good. These damn Ivy League schools. Not only are they smart, they're good at hockey. How does that work? Sorry, I know I'm not talking a lot. This is the last 30 seconds of this period is actually pretty eventful. The Gophers better tighten up. If they don't tighten up, they're... Oh, that's out of the zone. That's out of the zone. Okay, first period's over. 10 seconds left. We made it through. We made it through. Any other questions? If there's still people in here, I know this is boring as hell, but it's fun for me. First period shots on goal where Gophers had 6, Quinnipiac had 3. I would say a very, very even game right now. Wow. We might have ran into a good goalie. Anyways. Pigtails in the house. What's going on? I don't follow sports. What schools... Oh, here we go. What schools have a hockey team? I don't follow sports. Are you talking about like collegiately? Most schools, even in the state of Minnesota, I would say 95% of high schools or communities have hockey teams. All right, first period's over. 1-0 Gophers. Or should I ask, how does a school determine if it gets a hockey team? Once again, I don't know at the collegiate level. I'm sure you have to like have a market or have boosters that pay for you to get into a conference because it's not cheap. And same with high schools. I mean, you have to have finances to be able to support ice time and rink time and equipment and all that. Man, that was a hit to the head. That should have been a 5-minute penalty. That should have been a 2-minute or a 5-minute penalty. Pigtail says, "Did DIY talk to you?" I talked to DIY a little bit today. I don't know what you're talking about, but I did talk to him today. Oh gosh. Anyway, sorry. Yeah, I did talk to DIY today, Pigtail. We talked about a lot of stuff actually. Because my truck's still in the shop, so I'm thinking of maybe buying another truck or renting a truck or doing something. I've always had the dream, Pigtail, of having more trucks. Can you guys hear my family in the background? So damn loud.
When don't you hear us? You laugh at us all the time we talk.
Do you want to say hi? There isn't a lot of people in here. Hun.
Hi.
Well, you don't want to come on camera and just
No.
go, hi.
No.
Okay. All right, that's fine. You don't have to. I'm not going to pressure you. If you don't want me to have a big YouTube channel, that's fine. That's
yeah,
fine
I'm
with
just that
YouTube.
adorable that you would get a lot of views.
I would.
That doesn't sound right.
Yeah, good point. Good point. I called him and offered to help you. Oh, really, Pigtail?
You don't want him to get a lot of
Shy. Yes, my daughter is shy. Well, my whole family, I wouldn't say they're shy. I mean, YouTube's not for everybody. You know. What?
Nothing.
What?
Nothing.
Well, no, if this was TikTok, you would get on it with me, right?
No.
Or what's the other thing? What's the chat thing you do?
Snapchat?
Snapchat. If this
don't
was
have that.
Snapchat, would you do it?
I don't have Snapchat or Instagram. I don't have.
You don't have any of those?
No.
What are you?
Smart.
Smart?
I got rid of them.
Yeah.
They made me feel like shit.
Yes, the cents per mile though. Cents per mile says, here, I can put this up because it's intermission right now. Cents per mile says the hotel staff is awfully friendly.
We're giggly. Yeah. We are a great.
Sound 7 Seas Transport says, sounds like they're having a good time and you're on there entertaining 12 fellow truckers. Yeah, no, 7 Seas Transport. It was, like I said, I kind of wanted to watch this game tonight with my dad, who, let's call him. Let's call my father real quick and see if he's watching hockey. Let's call my dad real quick. See if he answers here.
You can just rinse it all over that. That's gonna get all cleaned up.
Well, I don't know if you guys can hear this or not.
Oh, I usually don't like.
So my dad lives in.
Hello.
Hey, Dad, you're live on YouTube.
Oh my god.
I'm live on YouTube.
Yes. Are you watching the Big Brother of hockey in the state of Minnesota right now?
I just came down. I was just going upstairs. I've got it recorded, but Mom's watching TV in the living room, so I'm just on my way up to watch the Big Brother.
Yeah, watch the Big Brother and watch another national championship come to the state, right?
Well,
It's
they're a pretty good team.
you know what, Dad? Watch that first period and we'll talk later because
I'll call you. I'll go up and watch it right now.
All right, Dad. I love you.
Love you too.
Later. Bye. So my dad was, I should brag about my dad a little. My dad was one of the best hockey players in the state of Minnesota. My dad did make the NHL. He ended up getting injured, and back then he tore his ACL and his meniscus, and back then that just ended your hockey career. but my dad was a very, very good hockey player. Everything I learned about hockey at a young age, I learned from him. Even up until when I got cut from the last team I played for, I called him and said, I think I'm done with hockey. And my dad said, are you sure this is a decision you want to make? Because I was in my 20s, and he said, I don't want it to be a decision you make and regret the rest of your life. Because I think my father regretted not being able to live out his dream of playing hockey as a profession. And maybe he never would have made the big team, but my dad was a good hockey player. And shots on goal were 7-3. Blocked shots were 6-6. Quinnipiac won 11 faceoffs to the Vikings, to the Gophers 8. The Gophers did have one power play in the first period. They didn't score. Quinnipiac actually had a phenomenal penalty kill. Anyways. So Potato says they don't want to associate with you because you drive an International. Do you guys care about the truck I drive? No.
I don't know.
What do you only care about? Money? No.
I'm broke for myself, so.
Oh, wow. So where's that guy from? Devin Levi won the best goaltender. He had a .933 save percentage. Holy crap. Is that Eastern Michigan? Eastern Michigan. Yes, I do, my best friend. One of them's at work right now. She came home from college, and how do you say that? Like, her job she had in high school allowed her to keep her job, right? When she went to college?
Her summer.
Yeah. So basically every time she comes home from school, she can go back to work, or like when she comes home for the summertime, they will put her on the schedule. So she's home for the next couple of days, and she picked up a couple of shifts. So she's at work. The youngest is eating food, making fun of her dad. Yeah, my dad's an awesome dude. I feel pretty fortunate to. So like my whole family is pretty sports orientated. I have a little brother that, I hate saying it, but was better at hockey than me. Okay, here's Quinnipiac. They're talking about it. Yeah, it's an Ivy League school. Right? Is this Quinnipiac? Yep, Quinnipiac. Yeah, they must be the Bobcats. Yeah, they're about to see what happens when they go up against a Gopher. I shouldn't talk too much. Well, at least Seven Seas Transport says, well, at least somebody's working. Yeah, talking about my daughter. My wife's working right now. Yeah. So whatever, it's what is tonight, Saturday? Yeah, my wife's working. I said my wife's working right now, and she said, yeah, bitches. Do you have any questions for like a trucker's wife? Maybe she can answer.
How do you stir the potatoes?
Well, I'm sure a lot of these men and women do more than I do. I'm lucky. I admit that. You're the best. You are the best around for sure. Well, hey guys and girls. Man, I want to leave this on, but it's so hot in our house.
Turn it down. I'll take it at 55.
Hey, honey. I almost said her name.
I work around.
Well, you're cooking. Yeah, maybe open the door.
In here. Why is it 70? Is it warm out?
Because it's hot out.
Here, let's
Open the door.
have a little fun.
Yeah, tonight's not going to be anything really interesting. I'm watching hockey. the NCAA tournament, Gophers versus Quinnipiac Bobcats. And I'm just watching the highlights of the NHL right now. Man, Boston's always good. I'm not a fan of Boston, but they're always good. They're beating the Devils right now 2-1. I don't know, Pigtail. Pigtail says I'm a good man. What do you think, honey?
Sure.
Sure. As long as I pay the bills, right?
Okay.
I'm joking. You're not like, they all know you're not like that. You're a no, hun. Come on. Don't make me seem like I'm a sexist pig. Yeah. Seven Seas Transport says, do all Minnesota use the AC or just open the doors and windows? We use AC in the summertime because, believe it or not, it gets really, really humid here in Minnesota.
Except when we were kids, we didn't have such a thing.
Yeah, a lot of us, like, I didn't grow up with air conditioning in the house that I grew up in. My parents live in northern Minnesota. They don't have AC. They just open their windows but they live, I mean, it gets hot where they live, but it's way different. Like down here in the cities is different than 3 hours north of here. But yeah, we open windows and doors a lot, like in the springtime and even parts of the summertime. If it's only like 70 something out and not a lot of humidity, we just open the doors and windows.
For the dog. Pretty much.
Man on Road says 61 NAD 12 on fire. 61 and 12 on fire. Are you talking about the road? Highway 61 and Highway 12? I don't know where that is. But how are you doing, Man versus Road? Give me a call sometime, brother. Zimmerman Seal Coat's in the house. The door free AC today. Yeah, it's beautiful out today, isn't it, Zimmerman? Zimmerman knows all about it. Does anyone know how to drive in Minneapolis? Ha! That's so funny. We were just in Minneapolis last night. No, they don't. It's better than, well, no, even driving in Chicago is better than Minneapolis. I don't know why it's that way, but once you get across the river, the Mississippi, it seems like everybody else forgets to drive. But that's the west part of town. I don't care about the West Metro. Or merge, yeah. That's something that we teach our kids. We did a lot of work on that when they had their permits, how to actually merge on to a freeway. Because so many people, what?
Defensive driving.
Defensive driving big time. But I wonder if part of that's because of what I do for a career, though, too.
No, I'm a defensive driver.
Do you think you're a better driver than me?
I said I'm a defensive driver.
Okay.
Yes. No. I'm kidding because you give me shit, but I don't think I'm a bad driver at all. I've had kids in my car my pretty much entire adult life. I only slid
You're not a bad driver.
Only slid one across the backseat once.
Yeah. At times it's scary riding with you, though.
No, you just have weird reactions in a passenger seat.
No.
You're used to being in control.
Boston. Boston's on fire? What? I don't know what I'm doing.
Lost your mind.
I don't know what you're talking about, Man versus Road. Zimmerman Seal Coat says sometimes we can merge successfully. Yeah, there you go. I yell out my window, merging. Yeah, no blinker. We just yell out the window and stick our hand out, right?
Yeah.
I bet she didn't blow out a spring. Yes. So now they're saying they bet you don't blow out a spring.
Thank you. Guys. Thank you.
Oh, but I get what you're saying. Now, at first, I didn't know what you were talking about, Man versus Road. I figured Minnesota Nice would come into play. Oh, no, you go. Oh, thank you, but you can go. So Minnesota Nice Potato is, I don't know if you're from Minnesota. is all it is passive aggressiveness. Like, don't get it twisted. It's passive aggressiveness. Wouldn't you agree with that, babe?
Mostly, yes.
Yes, mostly yes. Especially in the city, especially
Further up north, no.
no, up north is different. Up north and down south. Like when you get into the metro area here, it's a different ball game. Different ball game. All right, second period's about to start. I should open this window too. I should turn a light on. All right, second period has started. Here we go. You're from North Dakota. Okay. Potato Commissioner's from North Dakota. I used to live in North Dakota. I used to live in like the Minot, Stanley area. Come on, guys. So Quinnipiac has come out on fire in the second period. They have controlled the offensive zone for a whole minute right now, which is, if you know anything about sports or anything about hockey, when you control the offensive zone for that long, 9 times out of 10, you're going to score a goal. This is ridiculous. Nice save. Oh! Nice save. Come on, Gophers. Get it out of the zone. Get it out of the zone. So you had a different name before, Potato Commissioner, and you're from North Dakota. I've been there before, kind of far to go from my home. Now you're, come on. Zimmerman Seal Coat, don't be like, come on with it and start doing these dad jokes. All right? Potatoes, every time I hit it, my camera's jumping. I'm sorry, guys. From Fargo, used to run into the cities often. Still haven't been to the Mall of America yet. You don't need to waste your time, Potato Commissioner.
Check it off your bucket.
Yeah, I guess if you want to check it off, your bucket list, you can go, but it's not, I don't know the last time I went to the mall. I think the last time I went to the Mall of America was for, oh, yeah. Yep. We went to Benihana for my birthday, and that was in the Mall of America. I'll be quiet. My neighbor's dog's barking outside. Barks at everything. Don says, don't bother. Must be talking about the Mall of America. Waste of time and money. Yeah, Mall of America. I mean, it's cool. I went there when they first opened it back in 93 or whatever it was. I used to bring my daughters there quite a bit when they were little because we would go to Camp Snoopy, which is like Nickelodeon Studios now or something like that. But we don't. Do you go to the Mall of America for anything?
No, IKEA.
IKEA, yeah. But no, Mall of America just, I don't know, it's not for me. Uh-oh. Come on, guys. Big save. Anyways, I don't know. I don't know what else to talk about. I'm watching the Gophers. Hopefully the next national champions in college hockey. I'm interested to have my dad call me back after he watches the first period and get his take on it. Come on, guys. Yeah, Fleet Farm's a fun place. I like Fleet Farm on Saturday mornings. That can be a crazy experience, though, too. It can be super busy. I happen to really like Fleet Farm. I go to Fleet Farm for a lot of my ice fishing and outdoor gear. It's cheaper than like Cabela's. The problem that I have with Fleet Farm is they get a bunch of product in and they don't ever like restock it. So they get all like their ice fishing gear in, and once it's gone, it's gone. Where Cabela's will at least add more inventory if they sell out of something. Oh, yes! This is a huge goal. We took a slap shot from the blue line. It bounced off the backboards and came right out front. We had a guy sitting right on the corner of the net and put it into the net. So Gophers are up 2-0 now. It's a huge goal. Huge goal. We needed that. We need that. Basically, what I see right now is the Gophers need to capitalize on every scoring chance they have, or at least every other scoring chance, because Quinnipiac seems to be a very good, like, finesse team. But if we can get up another goal or two, like, that's interference. That should be a penalty. That should be a penalty. Yes. Zimmerman Sealcoat says, when I cheered, you know Zimmerman Sealcoat, hon, by the way.
Yeah.
When I just cheered, he said, that's how I feel when I merge successfully. All right, come on, guys. Come on, guys. Let me put this up there if anybody's interested. Ah, there we go. We'll put that up there for now. Maybe I found my second career in very, very bad announcing because I can't see the numbers, so I don't know the names. And I can't really give a play-by-play because I don't think the NCAA would like that. But this game isn't it's getting a little bit more physical right now, which is good for the Gophers because the Gophers have bodies, meaning a lot of our defensive and offensive players are big and strong. So we can out-hit Quinnipiac, and we have speed. So there we go. Shoot it. Shh. Hey, pup, come here. You want to say hi on YouTube? Here's my dog. She'll sit and watch hockey with me for a little while. Look, Xena, that's you. That's you. All right, come on, guys. Come on, guys. Yes, Don, that is fun. That is a lot of fun. Taking a Twins game or St. Paul Saints if you want to come to the Twin Cities. I would really agree with that. And I would argue, yeah, the Saints. St. Paul Saints is a very fun atmosphere. And the field is absolutely beautiful. And you're really close up. Like we sat on the first baseline the last time we went, and it felt like we were like in the field of play, you know.
And it's entertaining. More entertaining.
It is entertaining. I would say you have more things to do if you went to Minneapolis, but yeah, you're going to spend more money. It's going to cost more to park. And believe it or not, St. Paul.
They're going just guys. Tell them to go to Allergies, check out the chicken.
Yes. Yeah. So like say you have a group of guys that comes to Minnesota, I think Allergies closed.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, never mind.
I don't remember though. It's been so long since I've been there. But there's some really cool little bars in downtown St. Paul that are all walking distance to Quinnipiac just scored. They threw the puck at the net and they had a guy crashing the net. Oh, 2-1. Close game, close game. 7 C's Transport says my second career is hotel reviews. or dealership reviews.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, shop reviews. Yeah, there we go. So this guy threw the puck, bad angle. I think that went off the goalie stick. I don't know how he scored that. That was a horrible angle. Sometimes that's all you have to do in hockey, though, is throw the puck at the net, and the way that little disc bounces around. Come on. We can't let them continue to control the game. They're controlling the game right now, Quinnipiac is. Where are you going? Oh, you're going way down? Go night-night? Yeah, does anybody have a question for a trucker's wife?
No.
No? You don't want to answer questions?
You know,
All you're doing is cleaning off the counter.
is that
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. You know I'm joking with you.
you say that a lot?
I'm going to go get something to drink, guys. I'll be back. What'd you say?
Ask me to give you something to drink.
No, I can get something.
Sure. Yeah, under a bunch of shit. Glass.
Yeah, is this?
It's good. Nope, it's beer. And I like it. I think you will. Or I wouldn't have bought more for myself.
Pickle.
I don't know. I think I sent this in the paper. Oh, we have some.
We have olives, though?
We have pickles too.
I'll take olive.
Hey, we need to- All right.
Thank you. Feel the meat. All right. Sorry, I'm back. Man, that national championship is going to look good in Minnesota. Barry's in the house. What the puck is going on here? Yeah, sorry, Barry. I got up to get something to drink. I'm watching the college hockey national championship. Minnesota Golden Gophers versus Quinnipiac Bobcats. They got to be the Bobcats. Right now it's, oh my gosh. It was just almost 2-2, but it's 2-1 right now. Gophers are leading. Quinnipiac is a lot better than I thought they were. That should be an icing. There we go. What?
Let's try it.
Yeah,
You like it?
it's good. It's very good.
Very good. The dumb thing about NA is it's as expensive or more expensive. That was
Right.
$10 for a 6-pack or some shit.
That is expensive.
But it's good.
It is good. Like I said, I don't know how, like, my commentary sucks, but I want the Gophers to win tonight. As long as we don't riot. The last time the Gophers won the national championship, they like rioted in Dinkytown. Dinkytown's like the campus downtown. And they like turned over cars. They did all kinds of crazy stuff. What? My buddy was down there. I remember talking to him, and he was down there. He went to the game, I think, because that's when it was played here in Minnesota back then. Man, I missed that. Like the WCHA used to have the WCHA, was it the Frozen Five or Final Five or something like that? That was a lot of fun. That was a great tournament that we held here in Minnesota every year. And now it's, like I said, now it's the Big Ten championship. I don't find that as intriguing. I miss the old days. I miss the WCHA. I miss the rivalry. I will say a lot of these other schools, though, that I really wasn't aware of that had collegiate hockey teams, like your Penn States and Ohio States, they have gotten a lot better over the years. Like way more competitive than I thought they were ever going to be. Come on. Come on. Oh, big hit. Big hit. Nobody's got anything to say, huh? Just say something. I can read some comments and try and interact. Oh, what am I doing? Oh, what did I do? Oh, thank God. I thought I messed up the TV. Oh, just over the net. Son of a biscuit. Yeah, we're just watching the Gophers game. The wife is preparing food for tomorrow. My dog is sleeping on the couch next to me here. It's a beautiful night here in Minnesota. I wonder what the temp still is. I bet it's still like 55 degrees out. Beautiful day in Minnesota today, which is not. Oh, yeah, it's 55 degrees out right now. Our low tonight is going to be, wow, only 40 or 45 degrees. It's starting to warm up. It's supposed to be in the 70s by next week. Griff's in the house says, "Hey, Fade, if they total your truck, make the sleeper in an ice house." LOL. I've seen that before, Griff. That actually would be pretty cool if I could do that. Who knows what's going to happen in my truck? I doubt it's as bad as I'm sharing, like what I've been told. It's probably leading people the wrong way. I doubt my frame's bent. I just think the shop that it was at couldn't handle the diagnostic of what else might be wrong with it. No, I'm not going to have him seal coat the inside of my reefer trailer. He won't come here. He won't come this far. We live about an hour and a half away from each other, I would say. And plus, I have a concrete driveway. I don't have an asphalt driveway, but I need some concrete work done on my driveway. Actually, what I want to do is rip out my driveway and rip out the floor in my garage and redo it all. I should actually contact somebody about that. So my house was built in 1980. So everything is really set, over the decades. Everything is settled, and don't call for a trip. Quinnipiac is going on the power play. 7:30 left, 7:40 left in the first period or second period. Where are you going?
I'm going to get a light bulb.
A light bulb?
Yeah, or microwave light bulb. Oh, no.
Oh.
I don't know where car keys is. So I'll find them later.
So my wife is leaving to go get a light bulb and doesn't know where the car keys are. Well, I didn't drive the car today. Yeah. Oh, is my internet bad now? I think my internet might be bad. Oh, God. Yeah, I can't show comments. This sucks. Am I back? Hon, am I back on? Refresh it. Okay. I don't know what's going on. I guess my internet here at home sucks too. Kind of like the hotel. See a couple of people saying hello. Mark Ely's in the house. Good evening. Just so you guys are aware, this is literally like a stupid live show. Me watching hockey. So if you're here for like a bunch of entertainment, which you probably don't come to my channel anyways for a lot of entertainment, I'm watching hockey, kind of interacting with everybody. I was supposed to have some family come into town today that couldn't make it. They're not going to be here until tomorrow. My oldest daughter picked up a shift at work. My wife's preparing dinner for tomorrow and doesn't want my help. So I decided to watch. I was going to watch this hockey game. I'm watching the national championship, Gophers versus Quinnipiac. I was going to watch it today with my father. So I figured, why not watch it by myself and go live? So I'm sitting here. Oh, yeah, Quinnipiac's going to score. Get it out. Get it out. Get it out. So what's happening right now is Quinnipiac's on the power play. The Gophers cannot clear the puck. So if you remember what I said before, Quinnipiac has been in the offensive zone for well over like a minute and a half right now. So the defensive, meaning the Gophers, are exhausted and they haven't been able to change. Finally a stop. Finally a stop, and we're full strength again. I'm surprised they fought that one off. Cheap Freight Hauler says, hold on. Mark Ely's in the house. Mark, are you watching a boxing match, hoping a hockey game may develop? Yeah. Not really in college hockey. They don't really fight in college hockey. They used to. They kind of put a kibosh to that. I mean, they're putting a kibosh to fighting in the NHL too, which I think is stupid. I mean, you still see fights, but teams used to actually have like a few enforcers on their team, and not many teams do now. Usually there's only one enforcer on a team. I wanted it all an olive. Come on, guys. Cheap Freight Hauler says, what's hockey? So you play on a thin sheet of ice. You have a stick and you chase around a black puck. A lot more to that, though. Like I said, hockey. So the region I live in Minnesota, we view hockey at all levels. My favorite level of hockey. Oh, thank God. My favorite level of hockey is actually high school hockey, like the state high school hockey tournament. draws about like 150 some thousand fans over Thursday through Sunday. Let's see how many people attended the Minnesota high school hockey tournament this year. Meant what do you call that? What do you call that when people attendance? So let's see. So this year, the high school hockey tournament in Minnesota drew 135,618 fans. And that's for high school, guys. We play it at the XL Energy Center, which is the Minnesota Wild's home rink, and it is sold out every game. It's ridiculous how popular high school hockey is in Minnesota, to the point where the Minnesota State League created another division where we allow teams from other states to, usually their top tier teams or like your select teams, that we have allowed them to enter the Minnesota State High School Hockey League and compete against our high school teams. And I think the best record this year from an out-of-town team was a team from Rhode Island. They played 35 games and only won 5. And they played, all the games they played were against high school teams, and they got destroyed. So, like, Minnesota high school hockey is some of the best hockey in the country. It just is. And we're like Southern football fans. I mean, hockey is something you learn how to play at a very young age in Minnesota. Yeah. I wonder if my dad just texted me and said, don't give Gophers the trophy just yet. So that means he just got done watching the first period. And he's absolutely right. Let me give him a call real quick. Let's call my father again. Like I said, I was hoping to watch this. I would just love to hear his take. I would love to hear his take on this.
Hello.
Hey, once again, Dad, you are on speakerphone, and I'm actually live on YouTube. So you finished the first period, huh?
Yep, I'm live now.
Okay, yeah, Quinnipiac is a lot faster than I thought they were going to be.
Yes, I watched them when they played Michigan, and I just thought, wow, this team's good.
Yeah, I'm surprised that they are. I mean, they've controlled this second period. I mean,
yes, they have. I'd say they control about the last 5 minutes of the first period.
Yep, that's exactly what I said as well. And I mean, if you look at the shots on goal right now towards the end of the second period, I mean, the Gophers have only had like 4 shots this entire period. Quinnipiac has doubled their shots from the first period, you know?
Yep.
Well, yeah, I wish you guys could have been down here. Like I said, you're live on YouTube, so we're not going to share a lot. But, yeah, I thought I would go live and watch this. I'm glad you're watching the game. I know who you normally root for, but we need to bring this trophy back to Minnesota.
I'd like to see the Gophers win.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
We need to bring it back to Minnesota. But, yeah, no, this Quinnipiac team is a lot – they're very finesse as well. Like, that's what I've noticed. They're breaking up a lot of plays in the neutral zone.
And they're physical.
See, that's where I think the Gophers actually have a little bit of, I think the Gophers can be more physical than they can. But, all right, I'll let you go, Dad. I love you.
Okay. Talk to you.
Have a good night.
You too.
Bye. I don't know if you guys could hear that or not. But yeah, my dad, like I said, is a huge hockey fan. I'm going to text him here real quick and thank him. All right, there we go. Yeah, that was my dad talking about this. Anyways, saying hi to people. Barry asks, what is lovely Miss Fate cooking for tomorrow? We're big into casseroles here in Minnesota. So we have a ham and we have corn casserole, green bean casserole. I don't know what else there's more stuff she's cooking. I don't know what it is. Then my parents are bringing some food. And I believe my in-laws are bringing some dessert, even though my wife went out and bought like a huge tray of food or brownies from Sam's Club. Grade A Transportation is in the house, says, happy Easter, that reefer guy in chat. In Green Bay, buried dad today. Had get together with my wife's family last night and Easter dinner with my family tomorrow. Well, Grade A Transportation, I wish you and your family an amazing Easter. You shared a while ago that your dad passed away. I am so sorry to hear about that. I hope you guys were able to celebrate his life and everything's going well in your world. I just got off the phone with my father. I could never imagine that position that you're in. So my thoughts and prayers go out to you, man, for real. Edward says you're back, brother. Okay, good. Yes, true. They don't have many skilled ice skates or hockey players in Florida. So what's funny is I played on a team that we traveled all around and played other teams. And we played in a tournament in Colorado one year. Littleton, Colorado. And here's the thing, like the only reason I remember that was when we got home, that's when the Columbine shooting happened. We had gotten home on like a Tuesday or something, and I believe it was a Wednesday or Thursday when the Columbine shooting happened. And it happened in the exact town that we stayed in and played a tournament in. But we played a team from California, and it's a Minnesota team. We were it was us, a team from Canada, a team from California. All the other teams were from like the Colorado area, and they had two junior teams playing in the tournament too that were from Colorado. And we played a team from California that actually beat us. And thank goodness it was a round robin tournament. So we played 4 games and then got seeded based on the points that we earned in the 4 games. Because if it would have been an elimination style where if you lose your first game, you can't compete for the championship, that would have really sucked. Because the California team beat us. They were a lot faster than us. But they ended up, I don't think they lost a game in pool play. We lost one, so we got put in a different bracket than they did. And then by the time we worked our way through the bracket, they had already been eliminated. Because once you got into bracket play, it was single elimination. And it was us versus Canada, a team from Thunder Bay for the championship. And they beat us. So the second period just came to an end. Gophers are still winning 2-1. However, Quinnipiac is all over the Gophers. If you heard earlier, my dad said the same thing I've been saying, that they're a very fast, finesse team. My dad seems to think they might be a little bit more physical than the Gophers. I think my dad's eyes are going bad because that's not what I see. I love you, Dad, if you're watching. But yeah, like I said, I've learned so much about the game of hockey from my father. My dad worked really hard when I was a kid, but he always made time for my brother and I. And what I mean by that is he would come home at night. Being from Minnesota, we obviously had an ice rink in our backyard. I believe you did too, right, hon?
No, my neighbor.
Your neighbor did, because your brothers played hockey. And you did, well.
My brothers make their rinks, or they had.
Yeah. And you played hockey too, right? Or was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, you played hockey. For a couple of years, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was
A mite. I would have loved to see that. I would have loved to see that.
When I had long hair.
Long hair. But yeah, anyway, so my dad built a rink in the backyard for my brother and I, and it became like the neighborhood. What?
Yeah, right? Every hockey player has long hair.
Yeah. I used to have long hair and now it's gone. But yeah, so my dad built a rink in the backyard for my brother and I. It became like the neighborhood hangout in the winter. We would go to hockey practice and come home, and my dad would turn the floodlights on and we'd sit outside all night playing hockey. And he always had time for us. Even after he got done with work, he would come out and play hockey with us. My dad coached me for a number of years. I think he only coached my brother for one, but yeah, my dad did a lot for us back in the day. Oh, my internet's going bad again. I'm so sorry. I hope my internet sucks. Evidently, my internet at home is the same internet I had when I was in the hotel in where I just left, Maryland. But Barry says, your dad sounds like a really cool guy. My dad is a cool guy. Like I said, I've learned so much from him. Seven Seas Transport says, gonna fry up some speckled trout tomorrow. What is that? Speckled trout. I don't know if I know what that type of trout is. I've never really trout fished before. There are a few lakes in the area I live in that they stock with rainbow trouts and stuff like that. And you pay a fee and you can go and fish them. And I think you can keep 4. It's either 3 or 4. I've just never done it. I know that trout are a very, you can't hold them for a long time and things like that, like a delicate fish. But I don't know much about trout. I fish for more walleye, I guess. Walleye and northern. What are you doing now?
Stuff I need to do.
You don't need help? So they asked me what you were cooking. I said corn casserole. I said in Minnesota, we're big on hot dishes and casserole. So you're cooking corn casserole and
Cheesy potato,
cheesy potatoes,
ham.
ham, green bean casserole.
No, I decided on potatoes and corn instead. Green beans is Christmas and Thanksgiving. You need it
Why wasn't I involved in this decision making?
because you like cheesy potatoes and corn casserole.
I like it all.
Yeah. We only have one oven. Go get me a double decker.
I'm fine with whatever you decide to make. I was just giving you crap.
I know. Because you'll eat it.
Okay, Seven Seas Transport said speckled trout is saltwater trout with black specks all over them. That sounds really good. Did you catch them? Or like, do you go and buy them from somewhere? Wait a minute, you're from North Carolina, so you probably caught them, right? Seven Seas Transport, you're from North Carolina? So you probably live by the ocean. See, babe, we need to move by the ocean.
Oh, really?
Yes, preferably somewhere warm. What? Well,
Yes, we get to do it by ourselves.
they're old enough. They can take care of themselves. Our job is to feed them and keep a roof over their head, right?
I don't think
So if we continue to pay for the house and just let them DoorDash every day,
Well, they can get jobs.
we can live wherever we want to live. Just give them the credit card.
That's horrible idea.
If you ever have
Very long.
if you ever have some largemouth bass, you will leave the walleye alone. So my stepson or my wife's son is a huge, loves to bass fish. And he actually brought some. They don't really keep them. His father is a very like fishes tournaments and stuff. What were you gonna say?
Catch and release tournament.
Yeah, they do a lot of like catch and release tournaments. But he did bring home some bass. Was that last summer that he fried it up? And it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad at all. It was really good. I just have never kept bass before because everybody that I used to fish bass for or with, they were all catch and release. Like they looked at it as more of a sports fish, kind of like trout, I would say, where they didn't want to keep them. When I go fishing, I want to keep the fish. Like if they're in the slot, I want to keep them so I can eat them. Barry says that's a pro husband answer. Well played. What did I say? I'll eat whatever you make.
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that. I've learned over the years. I most certainly have learned. My back's getting sore. Sitting forward like that. Do you guys ever look at your wives and wonder what they're doing? Because now I wonder what my wife's doing.
Hard boiling eggs or double eggs.
We're having deviled eggs too?
Maybe. We haven't decorated and we don't think we're doing that.
We don't need to decorate eggs.
No, I don't think we're gonna.
Overrated. Our kids aren't 4 anymore.
They liked it last
No,
year.
you're not. Anyways, I can't believe you guys are staying involved in this live. I know it's not super entertaining, but you get to see a side of me like in my family surroundings right now and like how my family. So you know how everybody picks on me on YouTube? Like DIY Semi, Cash is King. All of you, Barry, Seven Seas, all you pick on me. Come on with it. WC Invader makes fun of me because I don't understand jokes. Trust me. It happens at home as much, if not more, as it does on YouTube. Oh,
Story.
that's true. You guys rip on me all the time.
Yeah, I don't know if it's more than everybody else, but yeah, it happens.
You and DIY rip on me together when we've been out.
Yeah.
You know. Seven Seas Transport says, I'm originally from South Louisiana, so I really enjoy saltwater fish. But now in North Carolina, I live 100 miles off the coast, so I purchase more often than I fish. Yeah, I can understand that. Barry made a good comment last year, or like when I went ice fishing this year, what was the cost like in getting that fish? And the reality is it probably costs more for me to enjoy what I like to do than if I went to the store and purchased it. I think last time we looked at walleye was what, like $10 a pound? It was pretty expensive. Where when I ran the numbers on the amount of fish that I was able to keep, I still think it would have been a little cheaper for me to purchase it at the store, but I don't get to enjoy the time. And that's what it's about. I mean, it's about having fun with friends and enjoying like northern Minnesota. That's where I fish. I fish in northern Minnesota. My wife doesn't always understand why I have to travel so far to go ice fishing or open water fishing, because I don't know. Why do you say that?
It's just so far, and you can catch fish in our lakes around here. They just aren't.
Not the same way, though.
Just not.
Yeah, not the same way. Because she's right. I can catch fish near lakes. Like, we live kind of by a big metropolitan lake, probably 20 minutes away from it. And I go and fish that. Well, I used to fish it. Like, I'd get done with work and go ice fish for a couple hours at night or early in the morning, and I would catch fish. But it's not the same as up north. Once again, we're in the second intermission of the national championship game. Number one seeded Minnesota Golden Gophers are up 2-1 over the second seeded Quinnipiac Bobcats. Good game so far. I thought, I'll be honest, I'm nervous that Quinnipiac, if they come out the way they did in the second period, in the third period, they're going to score, and the Gophers will be on tilt, man. I think everybody predicts the Gophers to win this game that knows college hockey. And right now, this is a very even matched game, very evenly matched.
I found the car
Where were they?
on the garage couch because they fall out of my.
See?
Like my phone falls out of my.
Did you get a new light bulb? Barry says it's sometimes safer if you don't know what the wife is doing. Yes, Barry. And I've shared before on live shows everything my wife does. Like, we were just talking about this today. We were sitting outside in our backyard, and because it's a beautiful day here in Minnesota, and we were talking about things that we want to do to the house or to the yard. And I would say 4 out of the 5 things we were talking about doing, she can complete, where I would hire somebody to do it. And the reality is, like, it's hard for me to help her because I'm like a kid. I need direction on some of the stuff she knows how to do. She knows how to use all the power tools and things like that. I have no problem admitting I don't. Like, I don't know how to do that stuff. She does. With both feet says, hey, what's up? Or what up? What's up? What quarter is it? With both feet, come back to me when you can speak hockey talk. We don't work in quarters in hockey. We work in periods, and I'm sure you know that, and you're just making fun of me. We're about to enter the third period. We're in the second intermission right now. The game is Gophers 2, Quinnipiac 1. Barry says, I need to check with Mr. Zimmerman to see what he charges to seal coat an ice house. With both feet says, K, bye. With both feet, you know I'm joking with you, man. Yeah, you should. Zimmerman's a good dude, man. That dude, I need to have him on again. I really do. And I have already shared on a couple of lives. I'm going to start interviewing people. I actually talked to a pretty big YouTuber in my mind that told me that I can interview them and talk to them, which I think is very nice of him to say I can do. And I want to do it. I want it, man. Tampa Bay looks nice. I've never been to Tampa Bay, Florida. They're showing, like how they do in football, where they show like a drone footage of a football stadium. They just showed downtown Tampa. It looked pretty cool. I've never been to Tampa Bay, Florida. Anyways. If I regrow the goatee, I don't know if I'm going to regrow that stuff. I don't know. We'll see someday, maybe. Right now, I'm happy with having a clean shaven face. Well, I didn't shave today. That's something I don't like to do. Like, I don't like to shave every day. Part of not having my goatee or a little mustache is I have to shave every day. I don't like doing that. And I'm home right now, so I don't need to. If I only had a brain, didn't you say you played hockey? I did play hockey if I only had a brain. I played when I was younger into high school, a little bit after high school. I was never as good as I thought I was. But yeah, I loved hockey. Hockey is... Go. Hockey is... I was born, like, hockey has always been a part of my life. And I think always will be. I think that was one regret I kind of have as a parent. Both my daughters are athletes, and I never really pushed hockey on them. They never really asked if they could play hockey. They will tell me now that they're older, hey, we asked you and you said no. I never said no. What I said was, at one point in time, they did like multiple things, right? They played multiple sports, and both of them grew. Like, my oldest grew into softball and loved softball. My youngest grew into soccer and liked soccer and wanted to play more competitively than like your house teams or your city teams. They wanted to play on club teams. So what I told them, and like travel, my oldest traveled around the country playing softball. My youngest travels around like Minnesota and into Iowa and stuff like that to play soccer. And I had said to them, well, if you guys want to play these sports and play on these club teams, I really can't afford all the other things. So like, if this is what you want to do, like, you need to commit to it and do it. And they both did. And they still both, I mean, my oldest doesn't play anymore. She, even though she could have played collegiately, she chose to just go to school and work on her education. Come on, guys. So what's happened is the Gophers are respecting the speed of Quinnipiac. So they're only rushing 2 players into the offensive zone and keeping, it looks like, their center up into the high neutral or high offensive zone, like above the hash marks, above the circles. That way they can play stronger defense. So that's a change I've seen in this game, is Minnesota is respecting Quinnipiac's speed and not rushing 4 or 3 players into the offensive zone, which I wish they didn't play that way. They're playing defensive hockey right now, which I get. This Quinnipiac team is on fire right now. They're back in the offensive zone. Minnesota needs to do something. Otherwise, this game's going to be tied up very quickly. If only I had a brain asks, how come you got all your teeth yet? So I'm about to share you something. I don't. All these are fake. The 3 front teeth are all fake teeth. And I have another one back here that's not a real tooth. So when I got older, out of high school, I was able to take, when I played junior B hockey, I was able to take my mask off, which I highly never recommend at least wear a half shield. I didn't. I took my full shield off, and I mean, I got. Hey, hun, what side of my face is that big scar by my eyebrow? This side? I took multiple sticks to the face. I've took pucks to the face. I got slashed in the face and cut open. Yes, we're going on the power play. Gophers are going on the power play. If only I had a brain, says the guy that lived next to me is probably one of the best women hockey coaches. Really? Where, well, what state do you live in, if I only had a brain? And what level of hockey are you talking about? High school hockey or collegiate hockey? I just found out that they actually have a women's professional league because, oh yeah, it won't be sharing anything personal. My wife's, would that be your second cousin?
Yeah.
My wife's second cousin plays in the women's professional league hockey, which I didn't even know they had. But she was on TV the other day, and she is a graduate of Minnesota, and she was talking about playing women's professional hockey, which I thought was awesome. Come on. We need to score on this power play. This would open the game up. This would give us some breathing room. Right now, this game is very tight. Quinnipiac is very good. Barry says, I have tennis playing kids. That's a tough sport. That's a very tough sport. I was never good at tennis. One of my best friends is very, very good at tennis. He was a hockey player as well. He was actually a goalie in hockey, and he's very good at tennis. You don't want to mess with them unless you enjoy being defeated. Savages. Yeah, that's cool, Barry. It's fun when your kids are good at a sport that they enjoy playing. I enjoy my daughter. My youngest daughter is a goalie in soccer, but also a defenseman and a forward. And it's fun watching her. My youngest daughter is pretty tall for her age, right? Like she's.
I think all kids are tall.
So she just got moved up. She's supposed to be playing on U16.
Yeah.
And she's playing on the U19 team for the club she plays on. And I was a little bit nervous that, you know, she might get ran over, or because the game's more physical. I never realized how physical soccer. Go, put it in the net. So once again, the Gophers are on the power play right now. There's 20 seconds left in the power play. We've actually done we've done pretty well on this power play, but we can't score. We haven't capitalized on our opportunities. But anyways, getting back to what I was saying, it's fun to see how your child grow up in a sport they love and have that savage mentality. Oh, you hit the pipe. What are you doing? We already have bugs? Holy crap, hon.
The door is open. I should probably
Don't
close
fall. Well, you can shut the door. It's all right.
it. Oh.
It's
I
all
don't
right.
think we have.
But I also, my oldest daughter was a catcher in softball. And I'll tell you what, she was an absolute beast behind the plate, to the point where she like begged people to steal on her. She begged players to try and run home on her. And it was absolutely awesome to see when they get that like instinct of like, I'm better than you. You know what I mean? Oh yeah. Badgers have a great hockey team. I would argue that the Gophers are as good and historically are a little bit better than the Badgers, but the Badgers are a phenomenal women's hockey team. Come on. Still got a lot of time left in this game. So you must live over in Wisconsin if I only had a brain. Yeah, it's a lot of fun until you try to play them. You get beat, humiliating, and smack talked. Yes, that is the truth. What's funny is, so my oldest daughter likes to lift weights, likes to stay in shape, and she's home from college right now, and we arm wrestled last night. And back in the day, all three of the kids, I would arm wrestle them, and they would all jump on and couldn't beat me. And my oldest yesterday, I beat her arm wrestling, and then I said, okay, why don't you use two hands? And I'll tell you what, like, she wrecked my shoulder. I only have myself to blame for that, but yeah, I know what you're talking about, Barry. So one of her teams that she played on, they had like a parent player day where we did skills against the team, because it was a very good softball team. It was one of the better softball teams in the state in the region that she played for. And Quinnipiac is going to get it out. Holy crap. This game's getting intense. So what's happening right now is Quinnipiac is just controlling the game. We rush into the zone and we can't.
Sorry.
For what?
Making noise.
Yeah, be quiet in there.
No.
What are you doing?
Are you like that? One more. Okay.
Breaking up all the ice?
Yes, we have more ice for tomorrow.
No, I know. I don't care that you're doing that.
I'm doing all the things.
Yeah, now I'm hot.
And I just opened the door again.
Why is it so hot in here?
It's 69 in here.
69?
I don't even have a freaking oven on.
We're not making. What do you know? You're 16. What do you know? What?
Public school.
Public school? So there was a joke just made in our house. It's 69 in our house right now. And I said, what? It's 69? And my daughter from her bedroom goes, stop making jokes. And I go, what do you know about jokes? She goes, public schools. Get it out of the zone, Gophers. Man, we're in trouble. We are in trouble. Quinnipiac is good. That's a trip. Well, I don't like their name either, but they are a damn good hockey team. They are very good.
Maybe your dad was right.
I think my dad was right. Holy crap. There's still 11 minutes left in this game, guys. And oh man, anyways. Barry's got jokes about the international. Oh, anyways. Anybody got any questions? Anything? There's still a couple of people in here. I'm surprised that you guys have stayed this long. I know it's not the most intriguing live show. I guess it's pretty similar to most of my live shows, isn't it? I get off topic and start talking about other things all the time.
Not a sign of anything.
Shut up. So my wife, started reading to me signs of like ADD, and she's telling me I have ADD because I would be interested. How many people watch like the same movies? Like she caught me doing it today again. I watched the movie Draft Day. Yeah, Draft Day again. I like watching movies a couple of times because I pick up a couple
dozen times.
Okay, yeah, more than a couple dozen times. But my wife's trying to convince me, I haven't been home in a month. I walk in the door and evidently I have ADD.
That's not it. Okay.
What is it then?
I was just telling you about the article because all of us have points of like distinction of like clues to ADD that people are typically not aware of.
Right.
Things that
So,
are
yeah.
unseen.
Basically, clues of people that have ADD that are like not really seen, but she has a great way of pointing out
Yours.
all my flaws and why I have ADD.
I pointed out my own.
No, you don't.
I did.
Oh, you
just
did?
Didn't pay attention. Why do you think I was telling you about the article? You thought it was about you. I always think it's about you.
Do you want to say hi? Do you have? Oh. No, don't do that. Anyways,
No, Bella.
yeah, I got a Badger hockey player or hockey coach around me. Well, pick his brain sometime if I only had a brain. They're a great collegiate hockey team. You watch Cheap Freight Hauler says he watches everything over and over. So do I. And I don't know why. I think it's because so you do have a degree in psychology, babe.
It's only one of a list of things that are not atypical signs.
Yeah.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Wait. A lot?
No, I don't care.
You do have a degree in psychology, but
I think I have ADD.
yes.
And OCD.
And OCD.
Which is part of ADD.
What else do you have?
Insomnia.
Yeah. She doesn't like to sleep. Barry says, we need an intervention, Miss Fate. Yeah. No, my wife, I've shared that before, keeps everything together. Without a doubt. I know we're joking around right now and there's some banter, but she knows that she keeps everything together. Just ask her. What?
Nothing.
What'd you just say? That I'm the bank?
No.
Yeah, you did.
No, I did not.
I'm okay with
I
that.
said I know where I rank.
Oh, you know where you rank?
Yeah.
Which is very high, right? You're not joking right now, right? Because I'm not.
I rank myself pretty high.
Oh, yeah, I know you do.
I'm capable.
You have no humiliation
I heard you talking
or
about our things we could do, and I was just like, if I could get up high enough, I'd cut down the tree.
yeah. So we have a tree in our backyard that's got to be 100 feet fucking tall, right? And we're sitting on the patio, and she's telling me, oh, I should just climb the tree and start. Well, I make a comment. I'm not going to climb that tree and use a chainsaw. Like, me with a chainsaw is a horrible idea. She's like, well, if I could get a ladder big enough and climb up the tree, I could just start cutting it down. And I'm looking at her like you're crazy. But I also know that she's like being honest. Like, if our ladder was big enough for her to get to like where the branches actually are and she could climb the branches, you probably would cut it down.
Yeah.
I know you would.
Because I know how I'd strap myself in.
I would come home. Here's the other thing, guys. I come home from being out on the road and there's something new to my house every time. Hence the table I'm sitting at right now. This table has never been here. It is a table that I purchased a very long time ago when she didn't live with me. So it's a bachelor table. I bought it from like Walmart. And it used to have like a TV and stuff like that sitting on it. And we have this really nice coffee table that used to be here. And I walk in the door and have something different.
What's gonna get painted? You just left everybody.
Yeah, my mom texted me. Yeah, my mom texted me.
Well, it's gonna be painted.
What is?
Your table. It's gonna get a funky paint job.
This table's gonna get painted?
Yup.
Okay. Good save. Okay, Seven Seas Transport. Yes, I know what save you're talking about. If you're watching the game right now, it was probably the save of the game. Barry says Scott's in the doghouse or heading that way. Let's help him out. I put myself in the doghouse a lot, Barry.
Typical.
Yes, this is pretty typical. Pretty typical. Oh my goodness. They got to do something. My wife's most said phrase, so this is from Cheap Freight Hauler. He says, my wife's most said phrase is, "You're watching that again?" That's what she says to me, too.
Why are you watching that again? How can you watch this again?
Yard goat?
Does he admit possibly he has ADHD?
Yeah. You're a Holland driver from Michigan until Yellow took over. Did you ever take your wife to the Muddy Cow in Coon Rapids, Minnesota? Awesome food. We have not been there, Yard Goat.
Why are you talking to me? I'm cooking it.
What's my dog doing?
Talking to me.
This is getting pretty intense. No, we have not. The game. We've never eaten. Have you ever eaten at the Muddy Cow?
No.
Wait a minute. They have. Isn't that what that place?
Well,
We've never eaten at the Muddy Cow.
no, I've heard of it.
But where did we eat that one time?
Excuse me.
I'm trying to remember. We ate at some place that had. No, that was that Moose place. 2-on-1. Here we go. Score. Oh, he shot it over the net. Cheap Freight Hauler says it's cheaper for me to bring my wife on the road with me than for her to stay home. My wife's laughing. I'm not going to say the same. You know,
I am frugal.
my wife is very frugal. My wife is probably more frugal than I am. And I consider
I am
myself
for sure.
pretty frugal.
No, not in comparison.
You don't think so?
No.
I guess not in comparison, and she's right. I'm wrong. Sorry, honey, it'll never happen again. My wife's very frugal, but we live on. I've shared this on my lives. Like we
I'm
try
a
and
marketplace chick now.
yes, you're actually making money.
I've made money.
You're a hustler.
I've made money.
Yeah, I know you've made money.
And then I put it
Selling
in weird
stuff.
shit that you go like, why do we have 2 new shower heads?
Yes. So yeah, I came home to 2 new shower heads. Like I don't understand why we needed new shower heads, but
Well,
we did. But my wife's very frugal. I've talked about. Oh my goodness, we need to frickin' score. Here we go. Beat them to the puck. We live on a budget, and we try our best to kind of maintain that. I think we learned, like I talked about sports with our kids and stuff like that. We kind of learned that sometimes we don't need to spend all this money on certain things, that they enjoy playing their sports, that they enjoy the things we do. My daughters aren't big on like name brand stuff. I would say the oldest kind of is.
no.
Not anymore. What about like the Docs and stuff?
Oh.
The boots and stuff like that.
She likes her Vans and Converse.
Vans, but that's not, Vans aren't Nike
They're
prices.
thrift store shoppers.
Yeah, my daughters are thrift store shoppers. Like they love the thrift store. And they have very nice, I mean, anytime I say, hey, let's go out and get new school clothes, let's go out and do this.
Calvin Klein and all that.
Yeah,
crap at
they-
the thrift store, at least here in Woodbury. You get all that
Yeah.
stuff here.
But let's not say where we live.
Oh.
But yeah, they love to go to the thrift stores and kind of revamp old clothing. It's kind of cool. So like my whole family's kind of that way. Her son, who is 18 now, he buys a lot of jewelry, a lot of nice stuff. But I'll say this, like, it's all with the money that he's earned. Like he's never come to me and asked for anything. And he very seldom goes to the wife and asks for anything. He saves his money and buys the things he wants. Yes, that's another good say. I'm glad you're watching this Seven Seas Transport. And too bad you're not from Minnesota, because you'd be on the edge of your seat like I am right now. Minnesota just took a timeout, which tells you they are feeling the pressure of Quinnipiac. They wanted to take a timeout to switch lines and to take a break, to slow the pace of the game down. Because right now, Quinnipiac definitely is controlling the pace of the game. That was a good save by Quinnipiac. Barry says, you have the muddy cow and we have the salty goat. These animals are getting out of control. Yes. So funny you bring that, you talk about the muddy cow. There's a restaurant in Minneapolis that is one of our favorite restaurants. It's called Chimborazo. It's Ecuadorian food, and it is absolutely phenomenal. It's a hole-in-the-wall restaurant. Like, wouldn't you call it that, hon?
For sure.
But the service is outstanding, and the food is some of the best food I've ever had. We went out to eat the other night, and we found, come on. Oh! Oh my gosh, come on. The Gophers aren't, oh my gosh. What's happening is the Gophers aren't really playing as a team right now. Where Quinnipiac is all over them. All over them. We can't get it out of the zone again. My gosh. Cheap Freight Hauler says, don't you love it when you come home from the road and she says, notice anything different? She doesn't do that. She makes me find it out. And the reality is, like, sometimes I don't see it. I'll be honest. I don't even know. The other day I turned a light on in our kitchen and I didn't know where the light switch was to turn it off. Now that sounds funny because I know where the light switch was that I turned the light on, but I walked through my kitchen to my living room and we have a panel of lights on the wall over here. And I didn't know how to turn the kitchen light off. My wife.
Your daughter would say, well, you don't live here anyway.
Yeah. They say I don't live here and it's not my house. And, no, I come home a lot. And I came home this time and she painted our railings. What else did you do? Change shower heads. I'm surprised the bathrooms aren't redone again. New bedroom, new bedroom. Score! Oh.
Garage, the car.
The garage. Yeah. So like she's putting a she shed in the garage.
It's the JK.
Yeah. Yeah. She needs a spot to go and relax, watch her shows. Barry, great assessment right now. Saying the Gophers are probably exhausted. Other team with speed is wearing them down. I would agree with you. Here's the thing. I would have argued in the beginning, Gophers just took a horrible penalty. I would say before this game started that the Gophers were a much faster team and more skilled team than Quinnipiac. And, that's a penalty. That's a penalty. They are proving just the opposite. Quinnipiac is more conditioned, just as skilled as the Gophers are. And the Gophers are playing catch up right now. They're lucky they are up 2-1 for sure. What's delayed penalty means? Okay, what a delayed penalty is when you commit a penalty, like that was probably hooking, I think, or high sticking. If the other team controls the puck, they don't blow the whistle. So it's a delayed call. The whistle doesn't get blown until the team that committed the infraction, aka the penalty, touches the puck. So what that allows is, like, it's 5-on-5. the Gophers got called for a penalty. So if Quinnipiac has the puck, they can pull their goalie and put a sixth man on the ice, and the play is whistled dead when the team that committed the penalty touches the puck. So let's say they were able to control the puck longer. They could have pulled their goalie, had six men on the ice, and stayed in the attacking zone until the Gophers touched the puck, or until like the goalie covered the puck up and there was a whistle. So a delayed call is any time the team that committed the penalty doesn't have the puck. They don't blow the whistle until that team touches the puck. This is huge. I don't want to say Quinnipiac's going to score here, but I think they're going to. Come on. Get it out. Just get it out. There you go. Barry said, I saw some hooking last night, but it was under the streetlights, not on the ice. Were you outside last night?
Yeah.
Boy, I've lost momentum. Yeah, right now there's 4 minutes left in the game. Quinnipiac is on the power play for another minute and 20 seconds. Yes, Gophers cleared it. Gophers cleared it. Thank goodness. Yes, that was another good save. Man, the Gophers goalie has stood on his head. Quinnipiac has missed some opportunities. What a pass. That was a pass through the legs. So I'm watching this on Hulu. So there's like a 10-second delay from like live TV. So if anybody's watching this, 7 Seas, it sounds like you're watching it. If you noticed before that guy took the shot from the slot, there was a guy in the high slot right above the circle, the defenseman with his stick up for a slap shot. Had he passed the puck to him, that might have been a goal. So Quinnipiac just took a timeout. Interesting. I wonder why they took a timeout. They definitely they want to score here. So obviously they're drawing up a play, but I think that's a weird time to take a timeout. That allows Minnesota to change lines. I wouldn't have called that timeout. I think they've been trying to manage the clock, Barry, the entire third period. If you remember, I said earlier, they're only rushing 2 offensive players into the offensive zone. That shows you that they want to play. Back in the day, we called it a trap defense, where instead of you would try and break the play up in the neutral zone. So this period, I just saw a stat. Quinnipiac has 12 shots on net. The Wild have 1. Like, that's ridiculous. Wow, they're pulling their goalie. Holy crap. So Quinnipiac, it is now 6-on-4. This is a gutsy call. Why would they do this? So the Gophers can ice the puck and score here. This is gutsy. I can't believe it's going to work. It's going to freaking work. Big block. Big block. How much time's left on the penalty? I can't believe Quinnipiac just pulled their goalie. So the minute this penalty ends, Quinnipiac, yes, we got it out of the zone. Thank God. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's still 5-on-4 or 6-on-4. I can't believe Quinnipiac pulled their goalie. They scored.
Quinnipiac.
Yes. Yes.
Fake clap?
No. What a gutsy call. That coach pulled his goalie with 3 minutes left in the game. Wow. He didn't. That goalie should have saved it. What a shot. 5-hole. What a shot. What a shot. What a shot. How does tie-breaking work in hockey? In this game, it's going to go into sudden death overtime. In the NHL, they'll have an overtime period and then a shootout. They don't do that in college hockey. In regular season, I think you have one overtime, and then it can go down as a tie. In this game, it's just sudden death overtime. Gophers need to do something. Son of a. Gophers only have one shot this period. This is ridiculous. Yep, 2-2 now. Remember, 7Cs, I'm on a 10-second delay from live TV because I'm watching this on Hulu. So. We will call my dad after this period. There's a minute 43 left. What time is it? Almost 9:30. He's not going to be asleep. He wouldn't go to sleep. Dang, you know what the goalie did is he was sliding to the corner. I see it now. He left his 5-hole open because what he was trying to do was he was going to push off and go to the far post because he could see the guy on the far post. Oh, come on. So something else you all need to understand about Minnesota sports is like we always get let down. Yeah, it is true. We always get let down. We have teams like our professional teams that might perform really well in the regular season. I mean, I think right now the Wild are number 1 in the division. Number 1 in the division and number 2 in conference or number 3 in conference. Man, if we lose this, it's going to suck. More like 1 minute. Okay, well, 7Cs, if I'm that far behind, maybe I pause the TV. I'm scared to touch it.
Yeah.
Because what I'm seeing is 55 seconds left. So 7Cs, don't say anything, please. Because you're probably at the end of the period right now. I'm not. Oh, come on. That's an icing, right? Whew. Well, 7 people have stayed with me so far during this hockey live show. Here in 35 seconds, I'm going to need to go up and use the bathroom or go and use the restroom. I'm nervous. I'm not going to lie. I'm nervous. I want the Gophers to win. Come on, Bob, do something. Props to Quinnipiac, man. Pulling your goalie on the power play with 3 minutes left in the game. We just fanned on that shot. Son of a biscuit. We have time for one more rush. There's 25 seconds left. Set the play up. You can get 2 shots. Stop. Stop. There you go. Keep it in the neutral zone. All right. Game's gonna go into overtime. Let's call my dad. Let's get a prediction from my father. Here we go. Can you guys hear that? Oh, maybe he went to sleep. Or he doesn't want to be on speakerphone. Bummer. All right, I'm going to run to the restroom. All right, I just got done. Give me one more minute. I got to go get something to drink. Oh, man, this is very stressful. You're a trucker, pee in a bottle. Yeah, not when I'm at home, Barry. Oh, my gosh. So, yeah, what happens now is they're going to go into sudden death overtime. First team to score wins. Based on what I've seen the last almost 2 periods, I would say a period and a half, Quinnipiac has dominated. They have absolutely dominated this game. I think Barry's assessment was right that the Gophers look a little worn out. Man, what a big save that was. What a big save. Quinnipiac has come up with a couple of big saves, though, too. But this was an opportunity, so they were showing, like, highlights of this third period. That 2-on-1, we just threw that opportunity away. Man, olives are good. What are you doing? Smiling? I still can't believe they pulled their goalie with 3 minutes and 26 seconds left. Granted, they were on the power play. The minute the power play ended, Quinnipiac scored. God, does that suck? What?
Did I miss the end?
No, Quinnipiac tied the game.
Oh.
It's going into overtime. Welcome, Nick. Are you still broke down? Yes, I am. My truck is at a shop somewhere over on the East Coast, I think. But yeah, my truck is gonna get looked at in a couple of weeks. I shared earlier, I went live earlier today. I have a tax appointment with my accountant on Monday, and then I think I'm gonna rent a truck from my carrier and go to work. I do have an opportunity to maybe purchase another truck too, so I don't know which way I'm gonna go yet, Nick. Can the Gophers put it together and steal a victory? I sure the hell hope so, Barry. I hope they go in the locker room. I hope the ghost of Herb Brooks shows up and somehow ignites. What?
I can create some miracle on ice.
Yeah, create another miracle on ice. Because right now, Quinnipiac looks like the better team. I hate to say it, but they most certainly do. Buckeyes hat? Hell, this is a Gophers hat. That's Goldie the Gopher right there. Goldie the Gopher. Cadillac Jack's in the house. 34 at 34 at Wawa. Wow, taking a 34 at a Wawa. Didn't know the consignee was closed yesterday for Good Friday. That sucks, Cadillac Jack. That sucks. You got to take a 34 at a Wawa too. I do like them. I had never been to one, except I went to the one in Allentown, Pennsylvania, like 2 years ago. Well, longer than that, probably 2.5 years ago. And really good food, but like showers. You probably don't have a shower where you're at. Nick F says, what in the world broke? The spring caused that much of a delay. So, Nick, what they did was they replaced the driver's side spring, then replaced the passenger side spring. And basically, everything they told me after they replaced the driver's side spring, like, was opposite of what they told me when they replaced the passenger side spring. So, if you didn't see my video when the accident first happened, or the incident, my truck leans really hard right now to the driver's side. I only have a gap like that big before the tire hits the wheel well. They said they straightened that, but then when they replaced the other leaf spring, that it was just as bad. So I really don't know what's wrong with my truck right now. They tried telling me the frame's bent. I highly doubt that because the tire didn't blow, the rim didn't get bent. There are so many other things that could be wrong with the truck. They just don't have the ability to figure out what it was. So I actually said, quiet, please. I'm only kidding. Don't get mad at me. I sent the truck to an actual shop that specializes in frames and can put it on a machine and figure out what's wrong with the truck.
You can't get mad at me for playing noises because I bought you seeds for the roast.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Oh, sorry, Blue.
Cadillac Jack says, you going flatbed? I'm going to stick with reefer right now. I had talked about maybe buying a flatbed trailer, which that's still not out of the options for me. The issue is with this truck down, I might buy another truck. If I buy another truck, I can't afford to buy another trailer too. That'd be too much equipment for me to take on right now. Yes, Goldie better get a Red Bull and do some Gopher magic. I agree with that because this is being from Minnesota. I mean, I'm used to being let down. What?
I said this happens every year,
It does happen every year.
which really sucks.
We are not Titletown, USA. We're like the stepchild of Titletown, USA.
I don't know what that is.
We get beat.
You get beat.
We get beat. We get beat. Man, yeah, so throughout this game, I mean, shots on goal are now 29-15. Gophers have a lot of blocked shots, but they're losing in face-off wins. Both teams have had 2 power plays and haven't scored, which that's huge. What? She doesn't want to eat a seed.
Sure she does.
The dog does?
Yeah, she just ate it.
She eats them all.
I just didn't want her to burn her mouth.
I don't really give them to her often, but she does.
Yeah, Nick F. Go check one of my videos. It's called, I think it's called John Wick Got Me or something. It's a video I posted. Well, we're probably looking at like a week and a half now, to be honest with you. I'll bring it up real quick. My channel. Yeah, so it was posted 2 weeks ago. It says, I destroyed my new truck. What happened was I hit a curb, Nick. I had a car that came into my lane. I overreacted. I was bobtailing. I overreacted and turned the truck to the left and didn't realize there was like a 3-foot curb. I mean, I was out on the East Coast. There was this huge curb and I hit it. I hit it on the side, right? So like I hit it and went up. And when I went up, I broke the driver's side leaf spring. And I've been down since then.
I'm good.
The animals in the house. What up, man? How are you doing? I appreciate the conversations we had, by the way. Greetings from the East Coast. She probably would, Barry. Barry knows you really well, hon. He says, have Miss Fate call goalie and instruct him how to win this damn game.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why don't you call somebody else and yell at somebody else?
I'm a U of M alumni.
Yeah, my wife went to the U. Gone.
Cool like that.
Yeah, but you're not supporting them.
I could.
You're busy cooking.
Not anymore. I'm eating jelly beans.
Hey, is that the regular popcorn or the popcorn you brought home from school?
Well, most of it's regular, so just drop in the bottom.
Okay. Because I ate popcorn the other day and I was like, it was different. Yes, that's what I ate.
The rest is regular.
7 Seas Transport says, I know nothing about hockey. However, just watching this game a little bit, the other team seems like they're flying around and Minnesota is just reacting to their pace. You have it right on. Barry made that assessment. I don't know if Barry's watching it. I think he's saying based off of what I am saying. 7 Seas, you hit it right on the head. Minnesota is reacting to the play. They're not controlling the play. Quinnipiac is controlling the game. They're controlling the offensive zone and the defensive zone. The defensive zone is your end, right? Like where your goalie is. So when another team attacks that zone, we call it a rush. Like you're rushing into the offensive zone. Quinnipiac is breaking up the Gophers' play. And if you notice, the Gophers are just chasing the puck. That is dangerous because when you're chasing the puck, you're not, that's all you're doing. You're not part of the actual game. You're just chasing it, trying to disrupt the play. You're not controlling any of the play. What?
Nothing.
Make popcorn for me? I don't need any.
No,
No,
just
that's
Oh.
not what I
talking
was.
to your friends.
And
No.
I found it really funny because she thought I added to my water later, but I just
Paul Harris says, I'm done for the evening, making my delivery tomorrow morning, 19 miles from the drop, then to my next stop that has more parking. Well, good luck, good luck, Paul. I believe you were saying you were on your way back up to Maine, right? Or no, you were heading to Johnstown, New York, and then back up to Maine, something like that. Have a good night, man. Thanks for, or unless you're saying you're done working for the evening. But if you're done with this dumb live, I totally get it. It's not an interesting live at all. It's me watching hockey. Then actual trailers in the yard, but no parking. That sucks, man. I hate that when you get to places, you know, the fact that I run reefer, I'll Google map places and read reviews, and they'll say they'll have parking, and then I'll show up and it's all full of empty trailers or loaded trailers. It wasn't just the third. So the announcer just said a dominating third period. Wasn't just the third period. So overtime title game winner since 2000. University of Minnesota Duluth did it in 2011. Boston University did it in 2009. Minnesota did it in 2002. And I don't want to go back. Yeah, Jackknife TV's in the house. I am at home. I got home Wednesday afternoon. Yeah, Wednesday afternoon. I plan on leaving maybe Monday or Tuesday. Haven't decided yet. I do have to travel. I work with an accountant that lives about 2 hours and 45 minutes away from me. So I do have to, a lot of Minnesota fans there. Holy cow. A lot of Minnesota fans. Oh, what I was saying was third or overtime just started. What did I do? Cadillac Jack says, dude, I had a lumber load from North Carolina to Maine. Dude, I love New Hampshire, Vermont, and Maine. Empty highways at night and amazing scenery during the day. I would love to get up to that area, Cadillac. Like I said, I've taken loads into Vermont. Oh, my God. Game's over. I missed it. They just scored 10 seconds in.
Oh.
Oh my God.
And then your life went on.
What?
I said, and then your life went on.
Yeah, that just sucks.
You can cry.
Congratulations to Quinnipiac. They just won their first national championship in Division I men's hockey. They scored 10 seconds into overtime.
That sucks.
I didn't even see the goal. I turned my head.
I'll replay it for you. You watch the sadness.
They deserve it. They all played the Gophers. They deserve this.
Do you want to eat part of it?
Oh, man. Yeah, crazy, right? 7 Seas Transport. Poor goalie. He put up a good effort, but came up short. Yeah, he did. I didn't even see the goal. So they dropped the puck. They blew the whistle 2 seconds after they dropped the puck and had another face-off. I need to rewind it because I didn't see the game. I didn't see the goal. That sucks. I just wasted 2.5 hours of my life.
Wait a second. You have viewers.
But yeah, I have viewers, but still. I didn't have to watch this.
But it was a whole different life.
So it's face-off at... Holy crap, what a play. What a play. So how the goal was scored, oh my God. Barry had said it. 7 Seas Transport said it. So the whistle blew after they dropped the puck. Somebody was probably not lined up right. So they re-dropped it at center ice. Quinnipiac won the draw to the defenseman. The defenseman passed it up into the right side of the ice, and the Gophers got caught on a 2-on-1. Yeah. That was a beautiful goal.
Wow. Hey, take a look.
I'm done. You want to watch a movie or something? No, when I'm done doing this, I just don't want to watch that anymore. My heart hurts. My heart hurts. Like I said, guys, we always get let down. We always get let down. They did Seven Seas Transport. They came out on fire. That was a huge face-off win. I don't understand why one defenseman chased the puck and we only I get it. I guess you always play the puck, but that sucks. Barry says, don't watch John Wick. You know what happens when you do. Well-designed play. It was a beautiful play, Barry. That is textbook face-off win, attack the zone. If you notice, they kept one winger high in the neutral zone above the red line, and that opened up the play in the middle of the ice. That was a beautiful play. That sucks. I guess there's always next year. I was really hoping the Gophers were going to win the national championship. Let's call my dad real quick and then say goodnight. I'm going to call my mom first, see if she's still awake.
Wait, you're going to call your mom because you're online?
Yeah, I'm not going to put her on speakerphone. I'm just going to see if my dad's still awake.
Oh, I see.
Seven Seas, try it. It's fun. Don't worry about being let down by your team. When I die, I want the Buffalo Bills to lower my coffin into the ground so they can let me down one more time. I wonder if my parents are asleep.
Well, your mom doesn't feel good.
Yeah. Yeah, Cadillac Jack, I feel you there, man. It just sucks. Just sucks. And I know the Wild are going to do it this year too. The Wild are going to make the playoffs. They're going to be probably like a 3 seed, and they'll end up playing somebody like the frickin' Nashville Predators and get beat in the first round. May have to watch more next season. You know, Seven Seas, check it out, man. College hockey is a lot of fun. College hockey, like I said, my favorite type of hockey is high school hockey. Because those guys are literally, you know, not taking anything away from women's hockey, but like those guys playing high school hockey are playing for like college offers or junior hockey offers. They're not playing for money. There are some players that go straight from high school and play on like a farm team for a professional team, but mostly a lot of these guys that play high school hockey go and play junior hockey for a year and then go to a university. I'm disappointed. Yes, Zimmerman, spoken like a true Vikings fan. Do I remember a pro player, Adam Burt? No, Cadillac Jack. I don't recognize that name. Yep. I don't recognize that name. Hey, Mom, how are you? Oh, is Dad still awake? Okay. Does he have his cell phone with him? All right. Tell him I'm going to call him real quick. Is he okay? Well, hold on. Is he okay with that? No, like speakerphone on YouTube. We've done it a couple of times tonight. Yeah, he's not live on it. He's on the phone. You know what I mean? So tell him I'm going to call him. Oh, well, you can stay upstairs. Well, I tried calling him. He didn't answer the phone.
No, you didn't. You called your mom.
So. Okay. All right. Call you right back. Bye. No, I called my dad earlier. He left his phone in the living room. So I don't know if my dad's done with watching the game yet, but we're about to find out. I don't know if you guys can even hear this.
I'm bringing him the phone right now.
Oh,
Here he
okay.
is.
Hey, Scott.
Hey, Dad, are you done with the game yet?
Oh, yeah. It didn't take long in the overtime.
Quinnipiac
What?
deserves that win.
Oh, yeah, by far. They were the better team.
They outplayed them from like midway, I would say midway through the second period. I know you said basically the second period, but I thought Gophers did okay in the second period. But what a way to end
Yeah.
your season, though.
Well, there's always a winner and a loser.
That's right, right?
That's why they play the game.
Now you are on speakerphone again on YouTube, and I kind of talked a little bit about, how hockey's been a big part of our family our entire lives. Real quick, just a soft brag on your end. What year did you win a national championship in college hockey?
74, 75.
74 and 75, you won a national championship. And before that, how many state high school championships did you win?
Only one.
Only one, but your team won how many back-to-back? Wasn't it?
Four.
4. Your team that you played for won 4 back-to-back state high school championships, correct?
Yes.
And then you won a national championship in what year was that again?
74, 75.
Man, that had to be such a cool experience.
They
And
had just invented skates.
yeah, they just invented skates and wood sticks, right?
Yep.
No,
Yeah.
but I was telling people on YouTube real quick, like the role that hockey played in our lives, like still to this day, the age that I am, the age you are, like we still have such fond memories of the sport we played when we were kids, correct?
Oh, absolutely.
Yep. And you still support the high school that you went to and the college you went to. Like you go to alumni style games and stuff like that, right? Or
I'll actually go to games.
mm-hmm. Yeah, no. So, well, Dad, I really appreciate you taking the time tonight to talk to me on the phone, and I wish you were here to watch it. And
I wish I had been there.
yeah, I can't make fun of you too hard because the Gophers got beat tonight. So,
Okay, well, I'll talk to you later, Scott.
I love you.
Love you. Bye-bye.
Bye, Dad. I hope you guys were able to hear that. My dad is such a cool guy. Has so many great stories. As hopefully you heard, he won a national championship in 74, 75. He won a state championship. I believe that was his sophomore year of high school that he won a state championship, but the team that he played on had won 4 back-to-back state high school championships in the state of Minnesota. When that team changed their names from when my dad played for them, and every year they put on the old jerseys that they wore that has a big C on it, and then they have 5 stars on the top of the jersey, and the 5 stars represent the state championships that they've won in hockey. Back in the day, they were an absolute powerhouse in hockey. So yeah, tough loss for the Gophers tonight in the national championship game, losing to Quinnipiac in overtime 3-2. But Quinnipiac deserves that title. I mean, they outplayed the Gophers from my opinion, second half of the second period. Pioneer Spirit's in the house. What's going on, Pioneer? How are you? He played 17 seasons for a few teams. I think he retired in like 2008. I'll have to look that name up again. Adam Burt. Name doesn't ring a bell, but here's the thing. I love hockey. I don't know all the players' names because I don't have enough time to. I must have spelled it wrong. I did. Yeah, American professional hockey player. Oh, he played for the Hartford Whalers. Oh, I missed that team. Hartford Whalers became... Who did they become? They became Carolina, didn't they? I think they left and became another team. I do remember that. He became a pastor after retiring from hockey. Cool dude. Went to his church a couple of years. Well, that's cool. Whalers and Devils. Okay. Pioneer Spirit says, I miss the Hartford Whalers. I miss their logo. My wife's brother. Good night, Dad. Yeah, sorry. I love my father, Barry. Make fun of me all you want. My wife's brother, every year he shows up like to the holidays wearing like an old school hockey hat. Like it'll be the Hartford Whalers or a Quebec Nordiques, old school teams. And I've always liked that Hartford Whalers hat. I think I could buy it online, but I haven't done that. Cadillac Jack, this is the most American conversation I've ever heard. Feel like you grew up with hockey? Yes. So that's kind of what it was. Like I said, you know, you could be from Indiana and be a Hoosiers fan and everything's basketball, or you could be from the South and everything's hockey or football. Where I'm from, it was all hockey. It was a lot of what I do in life. Like part of my parenting was even about like instilling like the reason you have a team is to work together. No one player is above the team. I think the Gophers just kind of proved that. They have a lot of superstars and they got beat by a team that played as a team that has less superstars than the Gophers, and they rose above that one player. So like that's even how I parent. Like I bring up like situations in sports because I think sports instilled so much of a positive in my life. There was negative too. Like for instance, I take the Gophers losing today like pretty freaking hard. Like I don't want them to lose. I know it's just a game. It means nothing to me, but I love that team. That team, I used to record their games on a cassette tape and listen to them at night when I went to sleep. Like the Gophers and hockey have been a very important part of my life. But getting back to what I was saying, I've talked before about kind of having a winning attitude, right? Like, why go through life feeling defeated? There's times to feel defeated. Like right now, I'm sure those players are in there thinking they just lost the biggest game they'll ever be a part of, which some of them did. But I guarantee you, like when they go into the workforce, they're going to carry this attitude of a winner. And what I mean by that is if you feel defeated or if you think you're defeated, why even show up? You know what I mean? When I played hockey, I knew there was teams that were better than us, but I never thought they were going to beat us. And they did. Like I've talked about seeing Pioneer Spirit's name, and I think of Hill Murray Pioneers in hockey. And they were a powerhouse, a juggernaut. But I never felt defeated when I stepped out on the ice. I did after the third horn went off and we lost 8-1. You know, but What? Yes, he was. My dad was a very good athlete. My dad is a very humble person. But he was a good athlete. And I'll say this. My brother and I, it was hard playing hockey and living what we thought was in his shadows, because we would go to his hometown, or we would meet like professional hockey players who knew who our father was, and they would say, man, your dad was so good, and listen to what your dad says. Well, like, that was hard for me because I wanted to like make him proud in the way that I played. And I'll never forget him coming to me one day. And this was when I was in high school and I was having a tough time. I was having a tough season. And he came to me and said, you know, Scott, I wish I had half the talent that you did. And I was like, what do you mean? Like, you were so much better than me. And he's like, really, I wasn't. And he's like, the what I see you do on the ice, your vision, your hockey intelligence, which obviously didn't pass on to any other aspect in my life. He's like, if I had half of what you had, you know, things would have been different. He's like, don't give up, work hard, you know. And then I think about my little brother who was even better than me. I mean, I'll tell a quick story and then I'm going to end this live for tonight. It's almost been 3 hours. 5 people are in here, but this is a cool story. So my brother and I played 1 year together. It was when I was a senior in high school and he was a sophomore in high school. He had made the team. He was the youngest player on the team. And we were playing a very good team in Minnesota. We were playing at Wayzata. And at the time, Wayzata was like the number 3 or number 4 team in the state. We weren't, I think we might have been 10th, maybe 12th team in the state. We weren't highly rated at the time we played them. By the end of the year, we were one of the top teams in the state. But anyways, we were playing Wayzata, and they were kicking the crap out of us. It was like 5-1 after the first period. Second period starts, and my brother is like kind of yelling on the bench to us older kids, right? Saying, you know, hey, hit somebody, go out there, do something. And my brother was a defenseman. And my brother stepped out on the ice and had a shift where he hit every single player that touched the puck. And when I say hit him, he crushed them. Like, all clean hits, but very, very hard hits. He got back to the bench, climbed over the boards, looked at all of us and said, that's how you effing do it, and sat down. And the coach just looked at him and then looked at all of us and said, listen to the young kid. We still ended up losing the game, but my brother rallied us that game, and we didn't get as beat as we could have been. And it was all because of the desire to like strive to be better and don't give up, don't cave in. And a lot of us that were seniors, that team was stacked with seniors, learned from a sophomore how not to give up. And I've never told my brother this story. I have never told my brother that he was a better hockey player than me because I grew up in a competitive family, and maybe someday he'll watch this and know that I had the utmost respect for the position he played. He was a defenseman. He was like my dad. He couldn't be beat. And hockey has just meant so much to my family and to like even my family now, where we love hockey. But anyways, I'm going to end this live. Congratulations to Quinnipiac for beating the Golden Gophers 3-2 in overtime. If you stayed here, like Barry, Cadillac Jack, Seven Seas Transport, all the people that came in here tonight, thank you. And I hope you all have a good Easter tomorrow. Till next time, keep on trucking.